Welcome back to the Own Your Eating podcast. This is episode 2.
Episode 2, yeah.
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
We survived our first week.
We survived
with
barely.
Very little sleep.
I'm souped up on macro candy, aka ibuprofen.
And a shitload of coffee.
And yeah, did you finish yours already?
Almost. I'm starting to get
I need a little more.
the jitters.
You got the jitters?
That's
when
either that or the world is shaking.
I know I've had just enough coffee when I get those jitters. I love, people are like, don't worry, it doesn't give you jitters. I'm like, man, I want those jitters. That's my favorite part about that type of stuff. What?
I know.
Side note,
It's weird.
Roz made me, on that note, you made me stop taking some sort of pre-workout.
Oh, yeah. DMAA was in some pre-workout.
Somebody gave me this pre-workout stuff, and I was like, I'll try it. And I got messed up after it. Granted, we did some hard workouts.
Yeah, we had some hard workouts, but it was weird. Jason kept having these major downs after these workouts, and
I think it was due to the intensity.
I don't know. But
2K
anyway.
row, I did a 2K row, and we did that 40-minute EMOM.
Yeah, but I did not react the same way.
You know, you might not have worked as hard. Let's also be real. You didn't do the 2K row.
I know, but on other occasions when you had taken that pre-workout and we'd done the exact same work, you had reacted in the same way. Anyway,
relative
I had
intensity,
done
my
some
friend.
research on some supplements, and of course,
What I was
it's like
thinking
when
was illegal.
When you start reading like WebMD and you suddenly think that you have every single symptom that's listed on there.
Needless to say, it is no longer in our house.
No.
So this podcast is brought to you by OwnYourEating.com. A little plug there.
Subtle, I liked it.
You like that?
Subtle as a
they,
hammer.
They decided to sponsor us for some reason, so if you haven't already checked out the site OwnYourEating.com, lots of great products. We've had tremendous feedback thus far. We've only been in business for what?
Just over a week.
Yeah, well, like a week and a half.
Yeah.
We actually opened a business account.
I know.
That was pretty cool.
Exciting.
Took forever.
Yeah.
Took forever, but we have 3 checks. We already wrote, we already wrote 1, so we only have 2 checks left. We have to conserve those checks. So I was like, can we use a debit card to pay you this? No? All right,
Yeah.
well, now we have 2 checks.
I gotta
So-
give you my debit card, right?
Yeah, the guy was like, here, would you like 2 debit cards? Like, give me here.
No, just give us the credit card.
Give me Roz's. I don't want her to spend it. So check it out. We've got some tremendous feedback. Everybody's psyched. The site looks super pretty. We've had some great help getting it up.
Yeah.
And we are super proud. And we've got tons of questions and comments. And this is the platform we can help answer some of those questions. So if you have questions for us, reach out. You can shoot an email to contact@ownyoureating.com, or there's a little contact button on the, where is it? On the bottom? Go to the bottom of the page. If you go to the bottom under questions, there's a contact us.
Yeah.
We see these emails, we check all that, so certainly reach out to us. And I like personally when we record a podcast or any of our videos, just so you guys understand our dynamic. Roz is, well, I was going to say you're the brains, but you're also the beauty. So then it's kind of like, well, what does Jay bring to the table?
You're the brains, babe.
I'm not the brains.
You're the brains.
No, no, I was going to say no. I mean, anything that's going on as far as like PDFs and documents and all that, like meal plans, Roz is killer at sitting down and doing that, where I totally don't like doing that type of stuff.
No, but you're getting better. I'm loving your blog posts that you've been putting out there.
That's hard for me.
You guys should definitely check those out if you haven't already. Go to the blog on our website, which is also interactive. We managed to enable the comment section.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any feedback on any of the posts that we've put there, you can comment right underneath, and we'd love to hear from you.
Well, looking at it, let's do a little weekend review. We started off, let's start with Monday, right? We started Monday where I wrote a blog post. That blog post took me about 4 months. It seemed like it. It seemed like it, but that's called Gun to Your Head, and it's a true story about when I had a gun pointed at me, 2001, the slums of Albany. I don't know that, if you haven't read it, go read it, but to make the picture a little more clear, I graduated college, and all my friends were moving back home. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, it wasn't even an afterthought for me. Like, there was no chance. I mean, I was dating a girl that, lived in the Albany area. So it was like, obviously, like, her family was rooted there. She had like a real job already. She was like what we would call a local, meaning she was like born and raised in the area, one of those people that went to school, but did it just to go to school, not to party for 4 years like I did.
Right.
Right. So she like had a real job lined up with the state. She probably still, has a state job currently because that was the type of person she was. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stay in Albany. Started looking at apartments, and they're like $600-700, and I was like, I can't afford this. Mm-hmm. And just stumbled across, and back then, it wasn't Craigslist, it was like newspapers, I think. Or it might have been a lady from the Gold's Gym I was coaching at, I don't remember. It was a basement apartment, and literally, like, I could walk, and my top of my head would, like, graze the ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
So friends would come over, and, like, they couldn't hang out down there. No sunlight came in because it was a basement. Like, it wasn't a basement that was meant to be lived in.
Right.
When I moved in, they were, like, just putting a shower in. Like, I couldn't shower there for a while because they were converting it.
So this was part of somebody else's house, right?
Yeah, they didn't live there. They owned the house, but it was, like, maybe, like, I forget if it was 2 or 3 stories high, but they were like, well, we can get more money now if we also rent out the basement.
Right.
But like I said, it wasn't meant to be lived in, so you would hear everything upstairs. I'm not saying everything is like you heard sex, but I mean, just like walking around.
Yeah.
You would just hear like,
creaky floorboards.
and you know how light of a sleeper I am.
Yeah.
So like didn't sleep, common space that we shared. It was just insane. And
it sounds pretty terrible.
but it was like $400 with everything included. Like, because they couldn't even bill me separately because they weren't allowed to have it separate.
Right.
So it was like I paid $400, which included at the time probably like internet, cable, electricity.
Dial-up internet?
No, I think that was like the beginning of like, it wasn't dial-up. I remember that. It was like Napster. We had Napster back. That wasn't the type of, did you have Napster? Mm-mm. Napster was like the first social peer-to-peer sharing.
Oh, really?
So like in college, yeah, that's like how you downloaded music illegally. And other, videos, movies, whatever. So anyway, I want to just say, this is
what are you going to say?
Well, the whole premise of what I was about to say is, you're the brains and beauty. I want to go back to something because I didn't put it in the story because I didn't know how to say it in word, but I want to talk about it.
Oh.
And the point that I was going to make 8 minutes ago was I'm the kind of guy that just likes to go off the fly.
Right.
So like when we have to make a video or record something, I'm like, hey, I'll go. And you're like, let me write. We were like doing some movement demos yesterday, and you're like, let me write down bullet points. I'm like, you have to squat. Like literally, you have to squat. And you're like,
I just like to have a plan and like a couple of bullet points to make sure so that I know I'm gonna hit every point.
Yeah.
It just gives me
more
fluidity, but for you that makes you less fluid.
Right. So the point I was making is, I didn't remember, to be quite honest, the exact point, but it had something to do with we're recording this podcast. You don't really know what we're gonna talk about. I kind of have an idea in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna catch you off guard at times.
Yeah.
But this is how I react best.
Yeah.
And same, when we're on the road on our seminars, I kind of tell the participants, I'm like, hey, look, I know what you're going to learn tonight. I don't know how you're gonna. I don't know what order you're gonna get it in. Right? And I think that's best because it's not. What's going to be unique about our seminars is it's a story. It's not classroom. It's an interaction.
Yeah.
There's no magic. We're not going to have fireworks, but it's going to be entertaining and it's going to be fun. And at the end of the day, I grew up. What are you laughing at?
I'm just wondering where we're going.
We're going to get back to my blog post, but the point is, so I kind of look at myself like the modern day Grateful Dead, but I'm teaching nutrition. right? So the Dead back in the day. I used to see the Grateful Dead in high school with Jerry, and then Jerry passed away, Jerry Garcia, without him, and then obviously evolved and started listening to Dave Matthews, you know. But the point is, you go to one of their shows, and it was different. Every show, like you didn't know, you know, there's lingo that I would know and other Deadheads would know that might not make sense to you. Like, hey, you're gonna guess the opener. Like, what's the first song they're gonna play? What's the closer? What's their encore? Like, you knew if you heard this song in the middle of a set, it would lead into another song. Like, it was just a language via music. And I still know it to this day when I put the Dead station on in the car, you know, on Sirius XM. And Dave Matthews is very similar. Like, you can see a set list from the night before and understand what you might see tomorrow. So the point I'm trying to make is when we do a seminar, when the On Your Eating tour hits the road in our Prius with 2 dogs and a camper, we know what they're going to get. The way they're going to get it is going to be a little different. In other words, if you came to a seminar of ours in Florida versus Boston versus Oklahoma, you're going to get that same fun vibe that you would get, no different than a Dead show, but you might get it in a slightly different way and learn something a little differently.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is, if I can just try to summarize what you just said very succinctly in the last 10 minutes, is that your presentation skills are very organic, but there is some kind of method to your madness.
Correct.
Yes. And whilst I may not know that because I can't see inside your head,
just lift it up.
Knowing you, I do somewhat get a sort of feel like as to the direction you're generally going. And I think if you follow our conversations and our blog posts, you can start to get a feel and kind of, I don't know, be steered in the same direction as us.
Well, yeah, agreed. And the point is to sit down and have a topic that, you know, and you might be able to sense it where some of the readers might not. It's like, you can tell where I kind of drift off and I have to reel myself back in.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already, onyoureating.com/blog, or is it //
// I believe. Let me check.
I think it's forward in England, back in the U.S.
No, because the slash is pointing forwards.
Isn't the bottom pointing back? No, for real.
This is one of those GHD, what was I confused about? The back extensions?
The hip and back extension. It took me, I had to do the entire GHD lecture for you the other day. And
okay,
regardless, so let me tell the story.
Go to ownyoureating.com, go to the blog.
And if you've read the Gun to Your Head post, which I got great feedback on, here's something that I didn't add. To give you an idea of where I was living. And, you know, I don't like to use the word ghetto because it has, like, a negative connotation and all that. But it was like, you know, it was this weird street that was it was this downtown area where college people live, but also, you know, not a super high financial demographic if you're living in this area. And I happened to live on a street that was just like this side street in between the bad streets. So it was like this worse street. There weren't, like, a lot of homes on it. And it was just like I live next to this, like, rundown parking garage. Like, what am I doing? Hitting my hand a lot?
I just think the noise is gonna...
Okay. Like, not a parking garage, like they would work on cars.
All right.
Like what would you call it?
What do you mean, like a valet?
No, not a valet car. Like, they would work on your car if you dropped it off.
Oh, a mechanic.
Yeah, mechanic. And, you know, but not, I mean, it was like a block from one of the downtown campuses. Mm-hmm. So anyway, the other side of my house, I don't know the right way to say it, which is why I didn't write it, but I'm going to say it here. I don't know if it's politically correct or not.
Okay. You've caveated yourself enough. Just say it.
All right. It's like a transvestite.
Okay.
Is that the right word? There's a male that dressed as a woman.
Right.
Right? Now, I don't care how you dress or what you wear. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't care if you're transgender, transvestite, any of that stuff, if you're gender neutral. I don't really care at all. But this guy was overweight, or girl, I don't know how you would define him. But it was this overweight, older guy, like probably in his 60s. And he would wear women's clothes, but he wouldn't try to look like a woman.
Okay.
So he was just an old, fat guy dressed like a woman. And he would talk normally, like a man. Like, that was my neighbor.
Right. Cool.
That don't say cool. Like it's not that it was just funny. Like I
Just
maybe
a
I'm not
dude in drag.
Yeah, just a dude in drag, but like not even trying to be attractive.
Right.
Like, dude, just put some makeup on. Like,
Hey, some people might say that to me, babe. Like,
no, like this guy.
girl, come on. Like,
No,
you're
that's
going on camera. At least put a teeny bit of concealer on.
no. This guy like just didn't give a f. He was just like,
I like that.
and he would talk to you like normal, like.
I like it. He's like, hey, I'm gonna be a transvestite, but I don't have to dress up
Yeah.
for anybody.
He's just
I'm
more
gonna
comfortable.
Do my version of transvestite.
He was
I
more
like
comfortable.
That. I think that's
All right,
cool.
let's continue on the blog.
I just like.
What do you?
I like the picture that you chose for gun to your head because you've got that giant donut in your mouth. It's like.
I made that picture.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, sometimes I think I like the analogy here.
I did
Like
choose
sometimes
that.
having foods like this, you feel like you've got a gun to your head because you have to eat it.
That was that smorgasbord in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That was a good donut. We gotta go back there on the road trip.
I felt anxious like that the entire
You made
time
me
we were there
anxious. You made me
because I
anxious.
wanted to eat everything.
I lost you at one point, and I was like, I may never see her again, and I was fine with it. I was like, you were so stressful. I was just like, you were like, I want to eat this, I want to eat that.
It was one of those things where it was, usually I can rationalize what foods I have during the day because I'm always like, oh, I can have it tomorrow, no big deal.
Right.
But we were here for one day only. And I knew I had to get in as much as I could, but I also had to try to fit my macros. So that was where the stress was for me.
Right, and the problem was, it was all normal serving sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Really what we needed was like demos.
Yeah.
Like appetizer
small
for-
sample
Right,
sizes.
Right, because I would go back and I would have that same ramen burger again.
Right.
Like that was amazing. But then you want to try like those, like we didn't have those fries,
Yeah.
like poutine, or, I think we took a couple donuts to go, but some of the food like you had to eat there.
Yeah.
Or with the pokey, or we had like some tuna because we needed protein, but I agree.
It was a tough day.
It was cold and rainy, right? Okay,
Alright,
so let's
moving
scroll
on.
up the blog. Transformation Tuesday, we won't spend as much time, but that's my girl Tara. Work one-on-one with her. And what's awesome about her, if you read her answers to the questions, is she's just completely changing her mindset with food. From left to right, subtle change, but you can certainly, look at those abs. You
Yeah.
can see, especially those bottom abs, like way more definition. Yeah, her legs are more defined, but even cooler, 100 grams of protein prior. Now she's eating, like double that. She's PRing at the box if you go to CrossFit and that's your thing. So she's just doing really awesome. So check out that transformation picture.
More carbs, right?
Yeah, she eats 200 grams of carbs now, where before, she was eating less than 100.
That's crazy. That's awesome. And that goes to show how much you need carbs for energy now that she's PRing all the time at the gym. Like,
But also, what I want to say to the listeners, or if you're watching this on YouTube, is if you have a good transformation picture or story, hit us up. We want to feature you. Every Tuesday, we're going to feature somebody
yeah.
as a transformation picture. Hit up Wednesday. I think everyone that's listening knows what that is. That's our Recipe Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we flipped the script a little bit, and I made a recipe. Now, my recipe wasn't quite as intricate, detailed, or challenging as yours.
Well, here's one thing I'm going to say is I don't think we're ever truly going to put anything super complicated up on
I might make
the
some
recipe
bolognese.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Just kidding. I don't even know what that is.
bolognese?
Is it like meat sauce?
Yeah.
might-
But I think in general, we like to keep things pretty simple.
Yes and no. Last night.
No,
No,
for the blog post.
for the blog post? Okay.
I'm not going to put my crazy
I'll just say this.
5 ingredient
Last night-
omelet up there.
Last night, like 8 o'clock, I'm like, all right, I was tired, I was hungry.
It was late.
I'm addicted to 13 Reasons Why, and I just wanted to watch it. I put a pizza in the oven, showered, came out, my pizza was ready.
I was on a phone call.
Okay. Pizza ready.
Yeah. Thank you for getting my
I asked you.
foods ready.
I asked you, and you don't let me do that. Because
I didn't know what I was having.
Yeah, but the thing is, you'll have like 50 carbs, 20 protein, 10 fat, whatever. I can get you something to fit that. It's simple.
All right.
But you would be like, this is what you picked?
I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Because I'll do it anytime you want.
All right, well, we'll do it tonight.
No, tonight we get home late.
Oh, tomorrow.
But I'm away.
Oh, here we go. What about Saturday, Sunday? No,
next Monday.
I'm kidding.
I'll see you next Monday. No, but then you literally took like 2 hours preparing something. It was 20 minutes.
I made an omelet.
It took you a long time. I had almost watched an entire episode of 13 Reasons Why.
It did take me a while. And I will say, making an omelet generally does not take me that long. But I was tired and I didn't know what I wanted. And then I decided to throw in a ton of veggies.
It was, I mean, it looked great. But in the time I made and ate a pizza.
Really, what I should have done is just gone to the blog and looked at Jason's famous peanut butter and banana on a bagel and had that.
I got some great feedback on that. People
I'm
made
actually
it.
being serious. I should have just had that last night.
It was probably comparable to what
I mean,
you
I
ate.
needed some
You needed more protein.
I needed a lot of protein.
You could put some turkey on the side.
I could have had something on the side.
But then this is you also. I can't have deli meat for dinner.
No.
You said that.
I
said that.
I said I don't like to have deli meat.
Right, where for me, I look at macros as macros.
Yeah,
like-
but there's stuff that you don't like to have.
No,
That was something you said the other day. I'm going to think of it. We'll come back to it.
you won't think of it.
I will.
I didn't say it.
Anyway, and so you got some good
Yeah,
feedback?
and that's a classic story of mine, true story. And, when we made that, it was delicious. And I was thinking, like,
Oh, you got to watch the video to get the story.
The story, I'm not going to go into that on here, but just know it's a
He put so
drawn
much
out story.
effort into his gun to your head
my-
blog post that he couldn't bring himself to write another one this week. So it's in a
I'm going to do
video.
about one a week.
I think
got to
that's
fly
great.
tomorrow to Tennessee. I'll probably write something on the plane.
Cool.
So anyway, those are our 3 blog posts. This will actually be our 4th Thursday. So hopefully you're watching it on there. And we did actually have a topic for today. I did. And it's, we're 22 minutes into this, but so we won't belabor the point too long.
This is why we don't usually have topics.
But people were asking us a lot about our products and, what these are and what we should start. We get that a lot. What should I start with? And a lot of people are new to this, but then we have some people that have seen some of our past products or have gotten numbers from other people. And it kind of gave me the idea of doing like a desert island. Have you ever played the game Desert Island?
I mean, I've never really played it as a game, but
It's not a game, it's a conversation.
Yeah, like as a conversation starter.
One of my
Maybe
favorite.
on speed dating or something.
Did you speed date?
Yeah.
That's one thing I've never done is speed dating.
Oh.
What's that like?
It's actually pretty fun.
Did you meet somebody?
Not like I didn't go out with anyone afterwards. It was for a friend's
So
charity
it's fun, but
event.
it's not
No,
successful.
No, because it was for a friend's charity event.
In a matter of minutes, they were like, "This
And
chick is crazy."
It was in London, and I was living in Bristol at the time, so I knew purely that I was just going there to have a bit of fun because I didn't
yeah,
really
but
want
if
to.
I were speed dating and I knew you didn't live there, I'd be like, "Yeah, I want to meet this chick."
Hey, I had a lot of matches. I just didn't follow through with any of them.
Did any of them follow through with you?
I got a couple of messages, but I was living in a different city.
Bristol?
Yeah.
That's far from wherever you live?
It's not far, but it's all relative, right?
Mo's getting anxious. He
I
wants to go for his
know.
walk. Want to go for a walk? Oh, don't tell me yet. Oh, he's got the racquetball. He's got like 50 tennis balls, which are pretty quiet and don't bounce around the house. But he has one I told you, because we go on these walks with Mo and we pass like those tennis courts and I always grab balls. Like, it's just my fun thing to do is to grab tennis balls for Mo. I want to see how many we can get to. But there was one time we saw a racquetball. And I said, Roz, don't get that racquetball. And you get it. And
I
that's
knew
his-
he'd love
It's
it.
his favorite ball, but I'm worried he's going to destroy the house when he's shooting it. Look at him now. He's just staring at it. So anyway,
Going back to the
Desert Island. Typically, it's like Desert Island top 5.
Okay.
And
Let's narrow it down.
yeah, we'll do Desert Island top 3.
Okay.
And one of my favorite movies, might even be on my Desert Island list, is a movie called High Fidelity. Did you ever see that?
Oh.
First of all, if you're listening or watching, Don't Google it. We'll watch it later. I don't know if it's on Netflix. If not, I might have it. High Fidelity, John Cusack.
Okay.
It actually
Maybe I have seen it. 'Cause
was.
I was thinking he was in it.
It was from a book.
That's it, yeah. Is it Nick Hornby?
Yeah, Nick Hornby. You know Nick
so-
Hornby?
yeah, so I have seen the movie, but I just can't think what happened.
How'd you know Nick? Is he English?
I think he's an English
Yeah,
author.
I think he is.
Yeah.
He wrote a couple other pretty good
Yeah,
books.
yeah.
He wrote. There's one on Netflix. The movie wasn't as good. It was like.
I think I've seen
It
this.
was about like a few people in a building that were going to commit suicide, and they become like friendly. Like, spoiler alert. Like they don't.
Well, you didn't give the title.
I
so-
forget. Yeah, but you figure that out like 2 minutes into the movie. But it was a book. It actually became a Broadway
I think
show.
I have seen her.
And I saw it on Broadway.
Oh, cool.
It like didn't even make it. It was like a weekend they canceled it, but I loved it. Great movie if you're watching, listening. Google it. High Fidelity, John Cusack, and it's about this guy that owns a record store. But they would do a lot of like Desert Island Top 5, best album, best live album, best this. That's kind of where I started.
So what are your other two movies?
No, that's not one. The point was
Oh,
that's where I you hear that.
yes.
That's where I kind of heard of the concept of doing it.
Oh, right, I got you.
So okay, let's do two that everyone can interact with us on, and then let's talk about the products.
Well, do you have a
Well, yeah,
a Desert Island
Yeah, no,
top
I'm gonna
three
ask
movies?
you. I'm gonna ask you.
Don't
Oh, you're
I-
gonna ask me?
I'm gonna ask you about your movies.
Okay, so-
now I want to know.
Desert Island top 3?
Yeah.
Top 3 movies. Okay. So it has to be movies.
This is tough being on the spot like this.
Yeah.
Should I think of my top three whilst
you
you're
best-
thinking?
Yeah. So, just quickly off the top of my head, not to go crazy, I will go Princess Bride, Super Bad.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, it's just
It's good to have something lighthearted and comical.
it's
I
very
think.
funny over and over again. And if I had to pick a third, I might go with this one. Another comedy, This Is the End.
I don't know that I've seen that.
And I'm not this like comedy junkie, you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
But This Is the End. You've never seen it? We'll have to watch it. James Franco,
I like him.
Seth Rogen. I told you he's gonna break something.
Oh my god.
Um,
That Why Him movie with James
that's
Franco.
not a desert island.
No, but it had James Franco.
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
That was funny.
But the premise of This Is the End is like it's real. Like they're themselves in it, and they're having this party.
Alright.
The world's coming to an end. But there's the dude that plays Eastbound and Down on HBO. I forget his name. So funny, Danny McBride.
All right.
So funny. So anyway, that would be my quick off the top of my head. Do you have one?
Just whilst you were thinking then, I thought Sleepless in Seattle, classic. Gotta have,
Chick flick.
yeah, gotta have a chick flick. A little bit of a weeper. And who doesn't, I love Tom Hanks.
He's good.
I
He's
love
good.
him.
Where's he been? I haven't seen him in
literally
anything.
every movie. What was that? He's in something very recent, but before that, the one where,
Forrest Gump?
no, that's not recent.
JFK? Was he in JFK?
No, some of the ones he's been in lately. One where he was on a
Castaway?
a boat where it got hijacked.
Oh,
by
yeah, that
pirates.
was good. Oh, that was good. He
That
goes,
was really good.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah,
That was
was
good.
great.
That was a good one.
So anyway, I love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
Okay, you picked one movie.
Sleepless in Seattle. I would probably. I see, and now I also want to say, what's it called? The Green Mile. I love that film.
That's a great movie.
I love that
I don't know if
film.
I want to watch it over and over again. It's sad.
It is. I kind of like those.
I mean, it's like positive but sad at the same time. That was a great book, Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we're saying Stephen King. We just got interrupted by a phone call. But Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, I was
Might
going to
be
say
on
that. Those two are kind of,
Yeah.
if we're doing top five. And then I'd probably pick something like either The Proposal. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
With
You've
Sandra
mentioned that
Bullock
before,
and
right?
Ryan Reynolds. It's frigging hilarious. And
Ryan Reynolds is
Ryan
good.
Reynolds is naked in it.
Is he naked?
Take it.
Frontal?
In one scene, no.
Oh.
You see his butt though. And then the other like rom-com like that I love and I can just watch over and over again is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Is that Matthew McConaughey?
Yes.
I like that dude. That's my man crush.
Yeah.
I'd say him and Gosling are my man crushes.
Yeah.
So. Not that that's off topic.
Anyway, so I gave you 4, but there we go.
Okay, so those are Desert Island movies.
What about foods?
No. We
I want to play the game.
we haven't even discussed what we're here for. All right, foods on a desert island. Pizza. Are we talking macros friendly?
Just what your favorite foods are. You would make it macro friendly, like
pizza.
Make it fit your macros.
Glazed donuts. If I'm trying to think, like somewhat.
Don't worry about macro dominant.
I know, but
just your top 3 foods.
I love all food.
I know, this is the hardest
Pizza,
question.
glazed donuts, mac and cheese.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Okay, what's yours?
Peanut butter.
Go in.
Donuts. And probably ice cream.
Any particular ice cream?
Probably cookie dough.
Ben and Jerry's?
I really love the Halo Top ice cream.
You're gonna go Halo Top? Like Halo D?
I like them. Although actually the Talenti ones are really good.
My parents give you so many of those.
I know.
Non-stop. It's like a Talenti factory over there. All right. So let's dive into this. So I guess the premise would be, hey, I'm new to the Own Your Eating site.
Well, yeah, let's do it as you're a newbie to flexible eating.
Newbie to flexible eating.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Top 3 products.
And the truth is we don't have a ton of products, and the product I would recommend first and foremost encompasses more of our products. But I would say if you're new to flexible eating, and I'll throw this out there, even if you have some experience, if you're new or you're experienced and you just want to master the art of flexible eating, the Big 4 bundle is where I would send you. To me, the Big 4 bundle sets you up for success for life. Mm-hmm. If you're new to it, watch our beginner video. I would do it like this. Watch the beginner video. Don't even worry about the fact that you have our next few videos. Watch it. Give me 30 days. Don't worry about anything else. 30 days there. Same premise. I would say now do the intermediate, but give me 60 days, 2 months. Don't worry about the fact that you have the advanced. Then watch the advanced. Because there's a lot of information, and although we break it down pretty succinctly and easy digestible topics and pieces of the video, it can be a little overwhelming. And I would say, hey, watch the psychology a week or 2 in. Just, worry about the jump start that we give you. Focus on that. Get used to tracking. I'd go Big 4. You're set up for success. And I don't care how long you've been flexible eating, whether it's 60 days or 2 years, you're going to learn something from one of our videos there.
Mm-hmm. And then 2 other products.
Well, that
gives you 4 essentially, but it's
right.
one
I cheated a little bit there. I would say, okay, well, let's assume I would probably, with our new 6-pack of one-on-one, obviously the premium coaching package would be the best thing you can do.
Yeah, you
get everything. It's our most expensive product, obviously, but if you read down what it comes with the Big 4. You get a custom meal plan, so it's like we sit down. We've been working on them this morning because we have a ton to get back to, and it's like you get foods you love, your macros, etc. You get a consultation with us, weekly call, double checks, T-shirt. Check if you're taking this as serious as if this is the most important thing to you, and I think it should be, but everyone's a little bit different. I take my health as my number 1 priority. You are number 2. But I can't be good to you without health, right?
Of course.
And I would ask for that. But
okay.
How would you?
No, I agree. I think there are different types of beginners, and it depends where you would classify yourself. Some people are like, I am all in. In 3 months' time, I have my high school reunion. I am 100% committing to this.
Coaching
then you're probably, I would say, go with the coaching. If you're a little unsure of things and you really just want to get started and learn a little bit more about this, then for me, I actually would say maybe like the Big 4 bundle, I think is a great suggestion. But I also think the Just Get Me Started product bundle is great for those people who are like, okay, I want something to get started and be successful with, and then from then, I think that's really going to set you up for success, and I think it's going to essentially like get you hooked. And then I think you'll consider buying other packages as and when you're ready, like our intermediate and advanced video.
I think that's good. I think what you just said is, and I think this works out well, is like, hey, if you want to get ready for something, whether it's a reunion, a wedding, a party this summer, and you know, with that coaching, we're going to guarantee results.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Not like, hey, we're going to be like, it's guaranteed. We will not stop working with you until you get the results you want.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree with you. That Just Get Me Started is great. Hey, I'm new. I just want to get going and I want to find out more. But you get more than just the bundle because we hop on a call with you. You get a double check in the future. You get a few other things that we throw in there. So that is really great. I think the bundle is like, you're a little more self-motivated maybe. Like
Yeah.
you're ready to dive in. Your friends have been telling you about it and you want to learn more.
You maybe already have an idea of what flexible eating is. And perhaps you've spoken to some friends about it. And you're like, okay, cool, I'm willing to commit. I know I'm going to watch the beginner video and then intermediate, advanced psychology. I get this.
I would look at, let's make an analogy. Okay, let's pick a, give me a topic, something you would want to learn.
Like,
Put me on the spot.
something I would want to learn.
Improve at.
CrossFit.
Okay, so let's take fitness. Let's take fitness. And whether it's CrossFit or yoga
Yeah.
or Zumba, whatever you're doing. It's like, I would say the premium macro coaching is like, hey, I'm working with a coach one-on-one. They know my exact goals, desires, strengths, weaknesses, etc.
Your schedule.
My schedule, right. They're going to work around my life.
Yeah.
Boom. And I would say, you know, the Just Get Me Started is probably like, hey, Roz, welcome to CrossFit. We're going to, you know, I'm going to work one-on-one with you for this hour. Then we're going to, you know, you're going to slowly assimilate yourself into classes. And then the Big Four bundle would be like, you know, here's a PDF or a video. I want you to go home and watch it. And you're going to learn on your own, but it's going to set you up for success.
Yeah, and come to class when you feel ready.
Yeah, so it's kind of, you know, and I would say the same, like, what I was kind of thinking as I said that is like yoga. Like the Big Four bundle is like your you know, hey, here, watch this yoga series once, it's an hour. That's what we're going to do going forward versus like, hey, I'm going to help you get into Half Moon and Warrior 2 and Cat, Cow, etc. with the coaching.
Right.
So, yeah, you know, and again, it's also depending on your financial willingness.
Yeah.
You know, I don't spend a lot of money outside of health and fitness. So to me, and it's easy for us to say because we know the value we're going to give you. Like, I think we price that super fairly. Like, and again, we're not going to let you leave us until you're confident and happy with your success. So, diving into that, the other things that I think are invaluable, and I mean, look, we priced everything, but I know we undervalued this. I don't say undervalued it, we underpriced it. We could be charging, realistically, 10 times more than we are for the meal plans.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
$9.99.
Meal plans are cheap.
Yeah, I mean, when we sat down, we looked at everything we were putting out there, like, we valued our time the most, especially because we're going to be on the road. And, you know, we just don't have this, you know, huge allotment. You know, we can run out of time. Where with the meal plans, we were like, look, we spent, and mostly you, weeks, if not months, sitting down, 7 days, different styles, different categories, etc. There's like hundreds of days of meals planned out there, but $9.99.
Yeah.
So we have we actually made a vegetarian one. So whether you are a vegetarian or just want to try plant-based for a week, we made an 80-20 one, which is basically, you know, our don't eat like an asshole mentality of 80% good foods, 20% fun, enjoyable foods. What are the other two?
The other two are the caveman clean, so that's paleo.
Right. And it's basically clean eating.
Yeah.
It's how we kind of ate for a week when we were doing clean.
Non-processed food.
Correct.
And then the other one is the can't cook, won't cook.
My style.
Yeah.
So give me an example of something in the can't cook, won't cook. What might you find for dinner?
Burritos.
Like a microwavable burrito?
Yeah.
And now, you know,
A tortellini bowl.
so a single dude that wants to hit their numbers can easily follow it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the beauty of these meal plans is like, so here's the deal. They kind of fall within a goal weight range. They might not be perfect for your specific macros, but I would say so long as you're within that weight range, they're probably within 10 of each macro. And more importantly, it's better and easier than whatever you're doing. In other words, I would have no problem looking at my goal weight range, picking male and eating that, and I would have a successful week.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, the analogy I've made about this is kind of like, let's use CrossFit again, just because both of our worlds. It's like, hey, if you squat and you push jerk and you deadlift and box jump, but you use pretty crappy form all the time, you're still going to get really good results, especially compared to doing, I want to say nonsense training, but less functional movements.
Yeah.
Right?
Like being at the gym on a machine.
Correct. Same holds true for this. You follow our meal plans, you're going to get better results than not doing that.
Yes.
And it's easier. If you know you're going to have a busy week, I think this is a great way to be like, hey, I've been telling you all about flexible eating. You're resistant. Just eat this for 7 days. And they're going to be like, I can't eat this and lose weight. There's tortellini. There's a donut.
Yeah.
Your friends are going to lose weight.
I did program in some donuts.
You know, your mom, you give that to mom, she's going to lose weight.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the cool thing about these meal plans is that you don't have to use the MyFitnessPal app with them. You can literally just follow the menus that are in there, you know, measure out the quantities that are given, and that's that. You don't have to record in MyFitnessPal or Lose It or whatever app you're using.
And I would say this, if you've been doing it and you want one and you do want to keep track and make it a little more specific to your macros, it's really simple.
Yeah.
Like there are things in there like a banana where you might have 100 grams. Cool. Have 120 if you need a little more carbs. Have 80 if you need a little less.
Yeah.
You can do simple things like that. Or if you want to track it just to get used to tracking and repeat a day. I mean, we have it listed as 7 days, but this can easily be a 14, 21, or 28 day meal plan. I mean,
yeah, you can repeat it over and over again.
Right. Most of the people listening, watching this eat the same breakfast 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So to have the same breakfast,
makes life easy.
and you have 7 different breakfasts in every one of those meal plans.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We should change the price on that. We'll give you guys listening and watching an opportunity to get in on that $9.99. Just know it's not going to stay there forever. And I'm working on one that includes fast food every day.
Yeah, I think we're going to do one that's purely eating out, right?
Yep. And then we're working on a gluten-free one.
Yep.
And this is something where we want feedback. If you can think of something, or if you've done one of them, I mean, this is probably the product we've sold the most since we've opened.
Definitely.
Hit us up. We want your feedback. We want to know what you loved, what you would change, what you would say, make sure this is in again.
Yeah.
Great.
It's really helpful. It'll help us to help you.
Awesome. Well, does that answer your question and our question about the desert island on here? And I mean, obviously you can't go wrong with some phone calls. We added a new product this week. We didn't really make a big announcement about it, but the 6-pack one-on-one calls, we added that this week because we were hopping on calls and we realized a lot of people need follow-up, or they're going to, you know, we probably one of the biggest comments we got was, I want to reverse diet. I want to add more food. And that's something you need follow-up on.
Yeah, for sure. And this is really reasonably priced. 6 calls for $105.
I mean, your average personal trainer these days is probably charging $105 for 45 minutes.
Per session.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I've seen yoga teachers, trainers, I mean, let's not even talk doctors and psychiatrists with it. I mean, you know, I know about that. My psychiatrist would be like $500 an hour. But he'd be like,
I got my hands full.
But I mean, in the spectrum of professionalism, that's a reasonable price.
Definitely.
So
very reasonable.
So check that out. We didn't really make a big announcement about it, but the 6-pack really came about, and I think a lot of products going forward are going to come out based on the feedback we get from you guys.
For sure.
We've got
we've got a lot of products, you know, in the back end here that we're just getting ready to launch. So make sure you keep checking back.
we got your big one.
It's coming soon.
I'm super excited. I'm excited because that's all you work on.
I know.
And B, I'm excited because I think it's a really awesome. I think people are gonna lose their shit over it.
I hope so.
So, and then I've got another bundle coming out specific to those trying to get ready for competition day.
Yes.
You know, weightlifting, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, etc. So that'll be out shortly too.
Yeah.
All right.
So check back.
When we started this, you said let's keep it to about 15 minutes.
Well, I say that to try to keep you in check because I know how you like to talk.
I love talking. I love talking to you.
Aww.
All right, let's wrap it up. Give me your desert island top 3 songs.
No.
Why?
That's hard. Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
that's what I'm saying. It's not supposed to be
Hotel
easy.
California.
Really? The Eagles?
Yeah, I love that song.
Okay.
It's my jam.
All right.
Oh my gosh. You really, probably Wonderwall, because it's
Which
super
version?
easy to play.
Well, you're not playing it. You're listening to it.
Okay, but I like the Ryan Adams version.
Okay, the slow one, the one you
Yeah.
sang on our YouTube. Check it out.
And then Colin Hay.
Aw, our song?
Our song.
Oh,
Babe.
baby, I love you.
I love you too.
That'd be our song. That's our wedding song.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, let's leave it on that note.
Okay.
If you guys haven't heard Colin Hay, Waiting for Real Life to Begin, it is our wedding song, or will be. You still want to use it?
Yeah.
All right.
It's our song.
And we love it.
Awesome.
All right, I'll let you. I think we're about to do something kinky.
You got that look in your eye. I was wondering what was gonna happen next.
I gotta put that song on when we get off this.
All right, we
That's
gotta
not
go.
gonna be on the
We
podcast.
gotta go, guys.
That's not gonna be on the. Hey, if we ever want to.
Make sure you shut the mic off. All right.
I told Roz. I said, Roz, I think the best way to grow this business is if we
Leak a sex
leak
tape.
sex tape.
Maybe sex audio.
But I can't be seen today because people would not be happy about that. That'd be bad for business. All right, guys. Well, it's been great. Check out OwnYourEating.com. Check out the products. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, let us know your desert island
Oh yeah, we'll post
movies
it. Yeah.
and songs.
Yeah, hit us with some comments.
foods.
And
We
any
wanna
desert
know.
island you want to give us. Food, movies,
Yeah.
songs, products.
Let us know.
Let us
we
know.
put ourselves out there.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.